How's everyone doing? This is going to be my part 2 of my comic book collection and essentially for sale video for my comic books, because most of these comics I haven't even touched in years. All these ones in these 3 boxes right here. This will be the second box. Like I said, I showed you the first box before. So if you're interested in any of the comics, leave me an offer down below. And let me know if you read comics growing up or if you read comics now, and let me know what your favorite comic book is and what your favorite comic book character is as well. I'm probably going to keep like just a handful of these comics that I have memories of, and then like I said, I'm just going to get rid of the rest of them because I haven't touched them in over 10 years. They've been just in boxes at my parents' place, and I picked them up recently and I brought them over to my place. I've been trying to go through them, but I really haven't, so this is kind of what this video is just kind of going through them. And I thought it was actually a lot of fun going through that first box, bringing back just a flood of memories. I used to read comics all the time growing up, and again, I said New Mutants was my favorite comic book, and then, you know, X-Force, I was really into Image, everybody who went over there, that whole crew. But I always wanted to draw comic books as well. I was always drawing and reading and writing and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I digress. Let's go ahead and get into the comics. This will be, you know, part 2 for my comic book collection. And again, let me know if you want to buy anything. Comments down below. Let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. That was the first box, which is the slightly bigger box. And then this box. And then that one right here. I think this is actually the smallest box. But we're going to go ahead and open this bad boy up and take a look. And I had more comic books than this, than these 3 boxes growing up, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think my father might have thrown a bunch out during a move or coming back from a move. Not 100% sure. There might be another box somewhere that I haven't found yet, but let's go ahead and get into it. And right away, I noticed this. This was a little baseball card kind of collector album. This was a terrible design though, because if you could see, it's open on the top and on the bottom, so cards would constantly slide out of there. I've lost a bunch of cards that way. I wanted to throw this out for ages, but I think somebody in my family gave this to me. I can't remember if it was my grandmother or who it was now, but it looks nice, but I think I'm probably just going to toss this because, again, terrible design for it. And here are some pins, some officially licensed pins from back in the day. Warlock the Armageddon. I love the Warlock movies. Roger Rabbit. Classic right there. Gotta clean these off. Rocketeer, which I remember watching in the theaters. That was a fun time as well. And then we've got the Charlotte Hornets pin right there. Which the Charlotte Hornets were my favorite team growing up as a kid. I had the starter jacket, and again, it was Alonzo Mourning, Zoe, Larry Johnson, Grandmama, Muggsy Bogues, Del Curry, the father of Steph Curry. You had Kendall Gill, Rex Chapman, just a phenomenal team. So that's a pretty cool pin. And then when I moved to New York, I became a Knicks fan, and Larry Johnson ended up going to the Knicks anyways after that. And we've got a couple books in here, so it's not just a comic book box. Oh, wow. Dropped that one by accident right there. I was trying to see how old this is. Okay, I got this from Little Britain, my elementary school. So, yeah, I was a little kid when I read this book, but I definitely remember that. Classic. And one more book in here. That's not comic books, and that is the Hardy Boys. I used to read the Hardy Boys all the time growing up as a little kid. Secret of the Old Mill. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of these different series right there. But I used to read all the time when I was younger. I still read now, but when I was younger, I was an avid reader. But I think it's great, too. I think kids should be doing that more. But I digress. Of the top here, I was also big into Magic the Gathering when I was younger. And I definitely regret selling all that stuff like forever ago, because apparently some of those cards are worth like crazy money now. Even like cards that were worth like $2, I saw them going for like $80. Cards that were like even, you know, a little bit more were going for like insane money. I wish I would have kept onto that stuff to essentially resell, but I had a lot of great time with that too, because it's very imaginative, as is comic books. Creativity, the imagination that it inspires, reading, writing, drawing. But yeah, different types of card decks. I played in a bunch of tournaments from Magic the Gathering back in the day, because I was a big dork. But again, I love that game. I kind of want to get back into it, but I don't know anybody who plays it. Let's do this top lot first. And we've got the Darkness right there. And this is a Wizard exclusive. It has that pretty awesome kind of cover right there. You can see that. And this is an Ace edition from Top Cow, which is part of Image, part of the studios. And Mark Silvestri's studio. They all had studios, I think, except for Whilce Portacio. Rob Liefeld had Extreme. Todd McFarlane, I think, was just Todd McFarlane. Then Top Cow was Silvestri. I can't remember the rest of them, but that's a pretty cool looking cover. That's awesome. All right, let's put this over here. And then we've got X-Men Annual 8 from 1984. Frogger 2. We've got Secret Weapons from Valiant. This is Secret Weapons number 1. And again, I was a big fan of Valiant. And we've got Havoc and Wolverine Meltdown 1. That is a really cool looking cover. I think this might have had some like look like paintings inside. This is Epic Comics. And next up we've got Uncanny X-Men number 281. This is a Whilce Portacio cover. Love that artwork. And I remember reading this one a bunch. And there's the back of it, Sentinels. And we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 350. Eric Larson cover. He did a lot of the Spider-Man comic books back in the day. And very unique style to his drawings. The same thing with all the Image people. Very recognizable. But yeah, I remember reading this one a bunch too. Giant 350th issue. And then Battletoads. Oh, I loved Battletoads, the video games, or the cartoon. And we got Fist of Khonshu, Moon Knight number 1. This is from 1985. That is an awesome cover too. I liked Moon Knight a lot, especially during like the end run of that series, where it was Stephen Platt did a lot of that really unique artwork as well. And we've got Batman 492, the first of the Nightfall series. I think both of these are second printings. It's got that number 2 right there. But I remember this being like a super popular issue. And this is by Kelly Jones. He did a bunch of those, the Nightfall and the Batman run right there. But I remember even these second printings, like this was like such a popular run for them. This is when Bane broke Batman's back, and then Azrael took over. It's actually interesting that I still remember a lot of this stuff. It's been like, I don't know, 15 years or more, I think, since I've read these. But yeah, these were super popular, big run. So I think even the second printings used to go for some good amount of money back in the day. And then we got X-Men 11 on the back, Jim Lee. It's a pretty cool cover. He's such an amazing artist, in my opinion, Jim Lee. Rob Liefeld is probably my favorite, but Jim Lee, to me, is like technically sound, one of the best comic book artists of all time. X-Force number 11, Domino. I believe I have another one of these that was in the first box. This is where Domino was revealed, because before, when she was in New Mutants, it wasn't her, it was like a doppelganger. And this is the real Domino. And there's Deadpool. And then we've got a bunch of the Shadow Man comics right here. Valiant, number 7 from Shadow Man. I like this series a lot. I like the Valiant a lot. So I think I might, I don't know, I might keep some of the Shadow Man ones. I remember liking that series a bunch. But that's Shadow Man number 11. Shadow Man number 12. It cost me $4.50 back in the day. I remember that's the thing too. A lot of these comics were so popular from Valiant and Image that, you know, as soon as you would go to the comic book store the day that they were released, they would automatically be more money than the cover price, which is kind of shocking for back in the day. Shadow Man number 13. Oh, that cover's amazing. Love that cover. Shadow Man number 10. Oh, heck yeah. Joe Quesada artwork. Also very unique and recognizable. Solar Man of Adam number 17. I loved a lot of his work on Exo Manowar. But yeah, the Exo Manowar, Solar Man of Adam crossover right there. might keep that one. Solar Man of the Atom 18. I don't want to keep a lot of these ones because, like I said, I really haven't, touched them or looked at them in 15 years. But some of them, I have a lot of memories of reading them and reading them multiple times, including this one, Archer and Armstrong number 8. Very recognizable artist too, Barry Windsor Smith. I like his style a lot. I remember, this is funny, this keeps popping up lately. This is Marvel Superheroes Winter Special. This is from 1991, and Eric Larson cover. Really cool. And I uploaded my first video of my comic book collection, and one of the recommended videos was going over the top comic books that you can find for cheap that are worth money. And then even, this was one of them, because it's the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. I think this goes for like 35 bucks or something like that. And there's somebody on Instagram that I was following too that is a comic book collector and sells comics. And they were selling one of these, I think, for like right around 35 too. So this I know goes for a little bit of money. Squirrel Girl. I don't really remember her character too much, but somehow she's become popular. So yeah, but I love the artwork for that from Eric Larson, that cover. And we've got The Legend of Zelda from Valiant Comics. This is number 1. And some of these ones, like I know the Blade Runner one was kind of hard to find. I think this one might be too. But a lot of these, like, spin-offs of movies and video games that were kind of more limited or kind of hard to come by. Death of Superman. This is the trade paperback of the whole run right there with Doomsday. I think I'll probably keep that for the memories and get rid of the books that I had for them. And next up is Guardians of the Galaxy number 15. Again, very different cast and crew than the movies. Those are the comics that I remember reading. Superman, Man of Steel number 21. Funeral for a Friend 7. Double Dragon on the back. Dakota North Investigations number 3 from 86. And I love seeing all the advertisements, like so 80s right there. 80s and the 90s. Toxic Avenger number 5. Dr. Chemo or Chemo, either way you want to pronounce that. But I like those gross out, Toxie and all that kind of good stuff. Trauma. Superman number 74, Doomsday, Justice League America versus Doomsday, and they're all getting their butts kicked. And we've got X-Men number 13. And there's a cool Sam Keith cover right there. Wolverine and Jubilee. Shadowhawk number 3. I like Shadowhawk a lot as well. And here is a crossover with Savage Dragon. Shadowhawk number 4. And then we've got Shadowhawk 2 number 1. And this actually has some really nice detailing. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the black of the cover has a lot of etching, and that silver really stands out. That is a really cool looking cover. Wow. Yeah, I know they did a lot of gimmick covers back in the day, the chromium and all that kind of stuff, the foil and holograms, but the covers were really unique and neat to look back on. Solar Man of the Atom number 21. Remember that character was in Shadow Man as well. And Joe Quesada artwork. And some more Joe Quesada artwork. And Solar Man of the Atom number 22. Solar Man of the Atom number 29. This is presented in Valiant Vision. And we've got Ultraverse Solitaire. And I think this is Malibu Comics. Is this Malibu Comics? Yes, it is Malibu Comics. My memory serves me correctly. This is number 1 of Solitaire in the black bag. And we've got the Cosmic Spectacular Spider-Man number 160. Acts of Vengeance with Shocker, Rhino, Hydro Man, and Dr. Doom in the back. Brigade number 4. And we've got, speaking of those hologram covers, we've got these holograms were so cool though, especially as a little kid, just seeing that, something really unique that stands out. Spectacular Spider-Man number 189, giant size 30th anniversary special. And some gatefold poster in there. And we've got Spider-Man number 26 for the 30th anniversary. Some more goodies. I liked when the comics had posters and stuff in there too. And we've got Spider-Man Unlimited Maximum Carnage number 1. Carnage became such a huge character. You know, Venom was big, and then Carnage right there. That's a thickie. And we've got Spider-Man 2099. I know they had, you know, Dr. Doom, Punisher, Ravager, all of the 2099 series, but this was the one that I think was the most popular and my favorite. Very iconic cover. That pose right there. Again, has that foily border. And then, Spider-Man 2099 number 2. We've got Spider-Woman number 29 from 1980. A little mark right there. This one's pretty beat up on the spine. Still cool looking cover. Oh, and it has a big chunk right there missing too in the back. We've got Spirits of Vengeance number 1. This is Rise of the Midnight Suns with all those crossovers right there. Ghost Rider, Morbius, Night Stalkers. So that's pretty cool. And that one has a poster too. Looks like some Andy Kubert art right there. And we've got Stalkers number 1. It's a cool looking cover. Going back in here, this is definitely got to be Mark Teixeira artwork. He has a very recognizable style too. Let's see if I'm correct on here. So we can find that out. Yep, not to be confused with the baseball player, but he did a lot of Wolverine artwork back in the day. And then we've got Strife's Strike File from Andy Kubert. But yeah, I definitely like that character. And again, connection with Cable. And another Superman 74, which I had previously already in this box. This one looks to be in better condition. Bagged and boarded. And we've got Superman Annual number 1 from 1987. It's a neat cover. And we've got Double Dragon number 1. And Double Dragon number 2. And this has definitely got to be Arthur Adams, I think. He had a very unique style, kind of reminiscent of Rob Liefeld, but Rob Liefeld's characters were more exaggerated. Try to see if I can find where it says on this cover if it is Arthur Adams or not. I'm pretty sure it is. It's got that unique style. Oh, there it is. See it right there. And then we've got Eternal Warrior number 3. And I think the one that I'm missing was Eternal Warrior number 4, which is the first appearance of Bloodshot. But here's Eternal Warrior number 5, which I think was the second appearance of Bloodshot. And he's right there. And I paid $5 for this one. Probably like right after it came out. And a classic Barry Windsor Smith cover, Eternal Warrior number 7. Eternal Warrior number 9. Snowy setting cover on both. And Eternal Warrior number 10. Eternal Warrior number 11. Oh, an Alien 3 game. Eternal Warrior Yearbook number 1. The UK flag on there. Everything's Archie number 150. And that was from 1990. I remember reading a lot of the Archie comics growing up, and especially like the little digest ones that you get at the supermarkets. I don't think they do those anymore. At least I don't see them in the supermarkets. Tale of the Legion of Superheroes, number 327. And Suicide Squad, number 7. And then we've got Sun Devils, number 4. And Super Pro, number 1. I remember them doing a lot of promotion for Super Pro. Amazing Man, number 12. Dreaming of Batman. Marvel Universe Book of the Dead Deluxe Edition, number 18. Yeah, this is pretty awesome, where they go over all the different characters who had passed away. But Marvel, DC too, they brought, you know, a lot of characters back, but Marvel brought back a ton of the characters that they had killed off. But I definitely like these ones where they went over all the different characters in depth and talked about them. And then an official handbook of the Marvel Universe Deluxe Edition. There's Puck right there. From 86 on this one, number 10. And I love these wraparound covers. And again, this one too goes over them like all kind of like a file. Quicksilver. Puma. And there's Puck. So those are really cool. I like that a lot. You get a lot of information about them. And we've got Marvel Universe, the official handbook, number 9. Q through S. There's Ron right there. And more Quicksilver. So again, just more of that kind of stuff. Ooh, Savage Land. And then Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and Sandman. This is number 138. Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man, number 264. Battletoads. Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man and Hobgoblin, number 257. It's a really cool cover. Marvel Tales Classic featuring Spider-Man and Morbius, number 252. And more Battletoads advertisements. Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man and Beast, number 241 on that one. And Marvel Team Up. Oh, this is the official Marvel guide, or Marvel Index to the Marvel Team Ups featuring Spider-Man number 6. You had a whole bunch of cool characters there. Moon Knight, Iron Man, Daredevil, Captain America. Oh, we got even more in the back. That's really cool. Kind of want to take a look through this real quick and see. Oh, yeah, this is... Okay, it goes over actual comics and what happens in them, in the team-ups. Interesting. Silver Sable in the Wild Pack number 1. Sandman back there. And I think it was that old song. Was it Darude or whatever? And Spider-Man. That is pretty nice and foily. And I remember this one a lot. I know I have more than one of this. Punisher Holiday Special. Or at least I did have more than one of this. The ornaments that are red and foily. Holiday Special number 1. Giant or special double-sized issue. And then the Punisher Summer Special. Crazy from the Heat. 48 pages, no ads. Number 1. Yeah, I always remember that one. Very cool cover. And then another one of the Marvel Superheroes specials. It's the Summer Special from 1991. And this has got to be Arthur Adams again. And then we've got Alpha Flight number 100. And Superman in Action Comics number 678. The Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 25. And a really nice looking Eric Larson cover with Iron Man, Black Panther, which that movie is blowing up, and Spider-Man. And you've got Ultron in the background, and Kingpin down there, and the Ghost. Superman in Action Comics number 695. Nice embossing and foil right there. And Lobo, who's only on one page, I guess. RoboCop 3 game. Armageddon 2001, Adventures of Superman, Annual number 3. Reign of Superman, Superman Man of Steel, number 22. And Superman number 21, part 1 of the Supergirl saga. Superman Man of Steel, number 23. And Iron John versus the Metropolis Kid. Avengers number 362, that has some damage right there. But there's the Swordsman. He's back again. Pretty sure they killed him off way back in the day and then brought him back. And then Cable number 1. I'm going to keep this out and reread this. Put that off to the side for sure. I don't know if I'll end up keeping it or not, but I definitely want to reread it. Uncanny X-Men number 298. And then Uncanny X-Men 299. Uncanny X-Men number 290. I remember that cover very well. Another Whilce Portacio cover. Storm. Deathlock number 19. And this has a foil look to it. And Marvel Superheroes Fall Special from fall 1991. Cloak and Dagger, Shroud, and Marvel Boy. And we've got The Comet Man, number 1. And this is from 1986. And we've got Crisis of Infinite Earths, number 11. Some George Perez on there. That is some awesome artwork. Cyberforce Zero. I like when they wrap around the covers like that. And Eclipso, The Darkness Within, Superman, Annual number 4. And Joe Quesada artwork. And I remember there was an Eclipse issue that had like a plastic diamond on it on the cover. For a second, I thought that said something else. Brigade number 5. Oh, I totally remember Deathmate Red. There was all kinds of controversy about this. I love that Valiant and Image crossover, and love the cover in general, and especially, you know, Rob Liefeld artwork. Rob Liefeld gets a ton of crap. Maybe some of it deservedly so, but I enjoyed his artwork and his style. Very unique, and he was the, I guess, the big celebrity of the bunch. Even though I think Todd McFarlane is probably the most famous, somehow Rob Liefeld, you know, he apparently had a meeting with Tom Cruise. He was the one that was on, you know, talk shows and the Levi's commercial. And I remember hearing this, like, he was late on this book, and somebody had to go to his house and like make him finish it. And you know, there was all this, there's like some kind of story about Deathmate Red was the comic that like crumbled the, you know, the comic industry at the time because it was late, and you know, it just caused a lot of issues. And yeah, I don't remember all the details about it, but I love that series though, the Deathmate ones where they had the different color covers and stuff. And I actually really enjoyed that one as well, the red one, even though, you know, it was later. And I think one of the ones, the epilogue came out, ended up coming out before this one, which wasn't supposed to be the case. But yeah, I loved the Valiant Image crossover. We've got Captain America number 372, Streets of Poison, City on Ice, Ron Lim. And another Streets of Poison run, Captain America number 377 with Bullseye and Crossbones right there. And Captain America number 390. Captain America 391. And Captain America number 396. Jack-o'-lantern and Blackwing. Captain America number 400. Apparently paid $5 for that. And let's go ahead and do some of these ones on the side here. Dazzler number 2. This is from 1981. The big disco ball. And we've got Batman, Detective Comics, Batman number 658. And this is Kelly and Sam. I think this is I remember it was a Kelly Jones, I believe. He was the artist that was very similar to Sam Keith, and I assumed the other Sam is Sam Keith. So Kelly Jones and Sam Keith, their styles were kind of similar. And I remember they both worked on some of these Batman comics. And then Detective Comics featuring Batman number 662, Nightfall number 8. And I remember that little moon right there in the Batman symbol. It would go by issue a little bit more till it was completely done. And yeah, this is a Sam Keith cover. Again, another one that's very unique stylistically. He did the Max comics. And I love the TV show on MTV. And I paid $5 for that one. And we've got Doom Patrol number 2. Or Destroy the Doom Patrol. And we've got, speaking of Sam Keith, Marvel Comics Presents number 90. The Wolverine right there. And Marvel Comics Presents Ghost Rider and Cable. Some more Sam Keith. These Marvel Presents ones would have like you flip it over and there'd be different stories and different artwork. But I love all the artwork from Sam Keith. And, you know, people put down Rob Liefeld for his, you know, kind of exaggerated characteristics. But Sam Keith, I think, was definitely the one that did it the most. But another Marvel Comics Presents number 92 with Ghost Rider and Cable. Love those covers. And then there's the one with Wolverine on the back. And I remember the ones where it was Wolverine and Ghost Rider. I think it was like number 100. Where Ghost Rider was on the top and Wolverine was trying to hold it up, and then he flipped it over and crushed Wolverine. And I think that's it right there, actually. Ghost Rider and Cable again from Marvel Comics Presents number 97. And then you flip it over, and more Wolverine. And then there's number 100, where he's holding it up. And then on the back, crushes him. All these memories coming back to me now. And Fantastic Four number 1, Jim Lee. And let's see, I paid $3 for that one. Wolverine into Thin Air is the storyline for that one. Number 131. Paid $3 for that one too. Let's see, how much did I pay for this one? Not too much, I guess, but Cable number 31. And I think this was a Cable from like an alternate timeline, fighting against each other right there. Oh, I love that Spider-Man cereal. Wish they would bring that back. Hardcore number 2. Amazing Spider-Man number 374. Or Bagley, or just Bags. Superman in Action Comics, number 687. Bloodshot, number 8. All bloodied up. The Incredible Hulk, number 397. Oh, nice. The Royal Rumble right there. Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Razor Ramon, which is like my favorite back in the day. Yokozuna. Nice. You get all the different ones. Tatanka, I remember Tatanka too. That is really cool. That's definitely a flashback right there. Ghost Rider. This is Mark Teixeira artwork. It's number 17 with Hobgoblin and Spider-Man. And we've got Showcase 93, 13th part of the Nightfall series. Two-Face right there. Deathstroke. And we've got Spider-Man number 18. I like that cover art a lot with Eric Larson. And this is Revenge of the Sinister Six. You got Ghost Rider teaming up there to go against them. And then we got Superman number 78, Reign of the Supermen, Doomsday. And we've got a couple mini comics right here. Ghost in the Shell. This is, I think these were all from Wizard. Yeah, they were all like these ones where you get inside Wizard magazines. But these are actually really cool. We're really enjoying Wizard. I like that artwork. And I think those Magic the Gathering right there was like Wizards of the Coast. But I liked all those are really popular back in the day, and you know, Wizard magazine. I don't know if they still make Wizard or not, but yeah, you'd find all kinds of cards and comics in there, and that was like if you were into comics, you were into Wizard. The Max from Oddities. I remember the giant head one. It might be just called The Head. But this is Beavis and Butthead. Their mini comic. Fury. And then we've got Evil Ernie with Lady Death. And we've got another one of the Punisher holiday specials. And Transformers number 6. Robin number 3. Collector's edition. That's the number 1. I remember, I don't know if that cover like moved or something like that. But something unique about it. Oh yeah, there it is right there. It tells you how to use the special technology cover. And I remember reading this one a bunch too, especially the older New Mutants comics. When Rob Liefeld took over. New Mutants number 91 with Sabretooth. Cable front and center. Justice number 1 from 86. Justice number 12 from 87. Cyberforce number 2. Cyberforce number 3 with the Pit, which I remember he was a really popular character. Mark Silvestri. Conan the Barbarian number 234. Daredevil the Man Without Fear number 295. Darkhawk number 6 with Captain America and Daredevil. Darkhold number 1, part of the Rise of the Midnight Suns line. Deadly Foes of Spider-Man number 4. Doom 2099 number 1 with the silver foil border. Doctor Strange number 50. Really cool cover. That hollow foil design right there. Extreme Hero. Guess this is... Extreme was part of the Rob Liefeld studio under Image. And yeah, this is some kind of special edition one. I don't know if this came from Wizard or where this came from, but it's, you know, got a seal of authenticity down there. And Fantastic Four, number 358, triple size 30th anniversary spectacular. If you open it up, I know it's a kind of like a die cut right there with the opening for it, for their symbol. Gru, the Wanderer, number 67. Guardians of the Galaxy number 20, Jim Valentino. He also went over to Image. Raiders of the Lost Ark number 2. Punisher, The Final Days, number 54. And there's the Wolverine comic book in the back, advertisement for it. Punisher War Journal, number 50, and this is embossed. Punisher 2099 #1 has kind of like a, I can't tell if that's like purplish or royal. Yeah, it's more purplish than royal blue. Foil border right there. And I think before I said Ravager, it's just Ravage right there. Number 2099 #1 with the gold border. And then Robin #2. Robin 2 #1. Joker's Wild. With a cool hologram card right there on there. And then another Robin 3. This one is still sealed up. They have different characters on there on that front cover. And another one of these Showcase 93 Two-Face #7. I have another one of these in this box. Silverhawks #2. I loved this cartoon and the figures. If you liked Robotech's the game right there. If you like Thundercats, I think you liked Silverhawks. But kind of an underrated cartoon and comic book and action figure line. Solar Man of the Atom #12. Rom #46. Savage Dragon #1. Great character from Eric Larson. And Savage Dragon #2. The Super Patriot. Secret Defenders #1. A cool red foil cover. And we've got Tale of the Legion of Superheroes #316 from 1984. And we've got the 50 Who Made DC Great. Oh, that's cool. Product stuff and different actors. Oh, that's neat. And we've got the new GI Combat Joe Kubert art. That's #285. I like that cover a lot. Green Lantern #24. And Green Lantern 28. Green Lantern #42 with Deathstroke. Green Lantern Corps #213. And it looks like some knockoff G.I. Joes right there, only at Kmart. The Hardcore #7. The Invaders #4. Iron Man #241. The Mandarin. Justice Society #10. Green Lantern Mosaic #3. Rise of the Midnight Suns line in here for Ghost Rider. It's #28 for Ghost Rider. Andy and Joe Kubert artwork on that. And then Ghost Rider #31, another part of the Rise of the Midnight Suns line. They all came in those special poly bags. Again, more Andy and Joe Kubert teaming up there. But I remember liking that line a lot. Snake Eyes, or G.I. Joe starring Snake Eyes and Ninja Force. And that's G.I. Joe #136. I remember those Crunch and Munch getting those too, with those getting the cards in there. We've got G.I. Joe featuring Snake Eyes and Scarlet and the Ninja Force. That's #137. I remember having a lot of G.I. Joe figures back in the day. I sold those ages ago. We've got G.I. Joe Special Missions #20. All Out Arctic Action. I remember reading this one a bunch. Again, I always loved snowy setting movies, and if I could find any with the comics in there too, the snowy setting, I'd always check those out. Guardians of the Galaxy number 4 with Fire Lord. Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. Guardians of the Galaxy number 10. Got a Valentino and Jim Lee on there. It's a pretty cool looking cover. Guardians of the Galaxy number 12. Harbinger. That is number 13. The Flying Fury Fights Alone. We've seen that cover done a bunch. So there you go. There's a comic behind here. And we've got Harbinger number 14. Very iconic as well. That artwork, stylized. A lot of these, comics they would take, from other comics and other, paintings and famous images and kind of do their own take on it, which I always thought was cool. Harbinger number 18. Fantastic Four number 355. Flash number 21. Ghost Rider number 17, which I think there might have been another one of these in this box. Yeah, I have a bunch of doubles in this box apparently. Fantastic Four number 298. Fantastic Four number 299. She-Hulk and Spider-Man. Fantastic Four number 303. And Fantastic Four number 328. And that is all for this box, box number 2. So that's part 2 of my comic book collection. And again, if you're interested in the comics, leave me a comment down below and make me an offer on anything. And then I'll do the final box, box number 3. And I'll post that up coming up soon. So hope you guys enjoyed my comic book collection. It's kind of interesting and cool to, kind of relive these memories. Seeing the, the covers and stuff brings me right back to my childhood. So that's pretty awesome. And again, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.